From assault charges in Hawaii to concerns about firearms at their Vermont farm, Ezra Miller has had a crazy few years, and here are some of their most controversial moments. Now, let's rewind to April 2020 when a video surfaced online that had everyone buzzing. In the footage, we see Ezra Miller in Iceland, and things quickly take a surprising turn. The actor can be heard saying, "Oh, you want to fight? That's what you want to do?" before seemingly grabbing a female fan by the neck and pushing her against a truck.
What's the deal? Whoa, bro.
Not a good look. Some viewers argued that the fan appeared to be smiling, suggesting it was just a playful interaction, but others weren't so convinced. The person recording the video sounded concerned, and the guy who owned the bar where it happened later confirmed that Miller had to be escorted off the premises. It was some serious stuff. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Choking someone, even as a joke, is never okay. It's important to remember that consent and boundaries are crucial in any interaction, whether you're a celebrity or not. And this incident definitely raised eyebrows and sparked a heated debate among fans and the public alike. But this was only the first incident that showed us this side of the Flash actor. Little did any of us know it would only get worse from here. So now let's fast forward to March 2022 for another eyebrow-raising moment with Ezra Miller. So apparently Miller found themselves in a sticky situation in downtown Hilo, Hawaii. Police were called to a dispute, and Assistant Chief Kenneth Quiocho spilled the tea that Miller was uncooperative and obstructing the sidewalk.
The game.
I was complying.
Well, you didn't want to complain.
I was. You said get off the road. I got off the road.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you
I
didn't.
walked on the edge of the road.
Central 1318150.
Uh-oh. Come on, Ezra. We've all been there, stuck in a traffic jam or caught in a sidewalk gridlock. But obstructing a highway? That's taking it to the next level. Miller was cited for their actions, and it definitely stirred up some chatter among fans and the public. Now, let's keep it real. We all have our moments when we're not on our best behavior. But as a public figure, it's important to set a positive example. Let's hope Ezra learned from this incident and will steer clear of any more roadblocks in the future. I'm only joking because not even a month later, everyone's favorite DC actor proved that he was in Hawaii to cause nothing but trouble. So get this, they were arrested at a karaoke bar in Hilo for disorderly conduct and harassment. It all went down when the police got called to the bar because of a disorderly patron. And who do you think that was? Yep, our very own Ezra Miller. According to the police, Miller got all agitated with the other folks at the bar who were just trying to enjoy their karaoke session. They started yelling obscenities and even grabbed the microphone from a woman who was singing. And that's not all. They also lunged at a guy who was playing darts. The bar owner tried to calm them down, but it seems like Miller was on a mission to cause some chaos that night. Well, it didn't end well for them. They were arrested on the spot and had to pay a bail of $500 to get released from custody. Talk about a wild night at the karaoke bar. It's definitely not your usual celebrity run-in with the law, that's for sure. But hey, let's hope Miller learned their lesson and will keep the karaoke session strictly for singing from now on. Disorderly conduct and grabbing microphones? Not cool, Ezra! But this episode of Hawaii Five-0 is far from over. Just weeks after the karaoke bar incident, they found themselves in hot water again. This time, it's a chair-throwing extravaganza. According to the police, Miller allegedly got all riled up after being asked to leave a private residence in Pahoa. And what do? Yep, they chuck a chair at a woman, hitting her in the head. I mean, come on, that's gotta hurt. The poor woman was left with a deep cut on her forehead, half an inch deep. Looks like Miller's temper got the best of them, and with that, they were facing another charge. This time for second-degree assault. Can't help but wonder what was going through their head when they thought throwing a chair was a good idea. Maybe they were auditioning for a WWE wrestling match. No dull moments in the life of Miller, that's for sure. And if you thought this was a Hawaii-only problem, don't delude yourself. The actor has proven to be capable of being crazy in all 50 states. So apparently last year in June, some video footage surfaced that suggested Miller's Vermont farm was not exactly a safe haven for a mom and her 3 kids. Yep, you heard that right. Miller hosted a 25-year-old woman and her children, who were aged 1 to 5, on his 96-acre property after they met in Hawaii. But hold on to your hats because things took a crazy turn. According to Rolling Stone, sources revealed that there were unattended guns lying around Miller's house, and one of the kids, who was just a year old, allegedly put a stray bullet in her mouth. Can you imagine? The poor kiddo probably thought it was a pacifier or something. But wait, it gets crazier. The mother and Miller both defended the presence of firearms, saying they were for self-defense and stored in a part of the house where the kids never go. Yeah, because that's totally reassuring, right? Fast forward to August, and the Vermont State Police were reportedly trying to locate the woman and her children because they had concerns for the children's safety. Talk about drama on the farm. Looks like Miller's farm wasn't exactly the peaceful sanctuary it was cracked up to be. I mean, who knew having guns lying around with kids in the house could be problematic, right? But if you thought that was it, you're mistaken. Now, let's dive into the incident where Miller was charged with felony burglary in Vermont. The Vermont State Police received a complaint about stolen alcohol from an address in Stamford in May. After reviewing surveillance footage and talking to witnesses, they had enough evidence to charge Miller, who was just about to hit the big 3-0 with felony burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. Sneaking around for some booze, huh? But here's the twist. Miller was MIA for more than 3 months. He was basically playing a game of hide and seek. Eventually, they were located and issued a citation to appear in court in September. I wonder what they were up to during that time. Maybe practicing their disappearing act for their next role in a magic movie? Or maybe swinging chairs at more women? In January 2023, Miller appeared in person at Vermont's Bennington County Superior Court for a hearing. Accompanied by their lawyer, Judge Carrie Ann McDonald reviewed the terms of a change of plea agreement and sentencing. And guess what? Miller pleaded guilty to a lesser charge as part of an agreement with prosecutors to drop 2 more serious charges.
Misdemeanor case, it also supports the reason for its administrative probation because it's a qualifying offense that's unlawful trespass misdemeanor.
The felony burglary and petty larceny charges were dismissed without prejudice, which means the case will be closed if Miller doesn't violate their year-long probation. Instead of going through a jury trial, Miller decides to own up and plead guilty to misdemeanor unlawful trespass. They admitted to being on the victim's property in Stamford, Vermont on May 1st, 2022, without the owner's permission. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means either, but to summarize it, it looks like Miller is taking responsibility for their actions. But only time will tell how this probationary period pans out for them. And those were Ezra Miller's most controversial moments.